Hello my friends who are listening to Ebird Online. Guess what? I've got a theory. My theory is thus. Ben is the most superficial, self-serving, egomaniacal, gullible fool ever to walk down these 90-day fiancé streets. When considering this statement, please be advised of the following. In that statement I'm including both David, of David and Lana, and Caesar, of Caesar and Maria. You see, Ben lets us know that the Lord is guiding him to Mahogany. Well, let's all hope that he's not busy and that his map reading skills are excellent, because I think you're going to have quite a little bit of trouble in finding Mahogany. That's my prediction. Ben's unique brand of congenital idiocy leads him to believe the following. Firstly, that a 28-year-old age gap won't present the couple with any problems. Secondly, there's nothing weird about this relationship, even though he's only spoken to her twice and she only ever wants to maintain contact via text. Thirdly, although he's requested it, she refuses to do a video chat with him. Fourthly, all his friends and family and every single 90-Day Fiancé viewer believes her photos to be heavily edited, photoshopped and highly likely to be fake. In addition to this, he believes that despite her being just 24 and only 2 or 3 years older than his eldest child, she's both eager and capable of being a mother figure to them. And finally, even though just 2 weeks ago she cancelled their first meeting, that she still loves him dearly and the relationship is just meant to be. Guys, I can scarcely get my breath. And in fact, if Ben isn't a construct of TLC, I'd like to invite him to join my cult. It's just £3,000 a week, plus lifelong devotion. It's a snip, and I guarantee you a straight passage through to my version of heaven. More details of this will be available on successful application and payment of £10,000 joining fee. Terms and conditions apply. Guys, I cannot wait to review the shenanigans this week. But just before I do, thank you to everybody who's subscribed to my channel. I really genuinely appreciate it. But if you've yet to do so, or you're new here, consider joining. Unlike my wonder cult, it's free. But also guys, please don't forget to press the notification bell so you don't miss any more videos, and also smash that like button. Help me spread my gospel. Right, and so without further ado, I give you Ben and Mahogany. So when we first meet up with Ben, Ben tells us today's the day. In just 12 hours time, I'll be flying to Peru to meet Mahogany for the very first time. And he goes on to tell us that he and Mahogany have developed the strongest romantic and spiritual connection that he's ever had. Now guys, this is where I have my problem with Ben. Ben, everything doesn't need to be said. You were married for 24 years to the mother of your 4 children. She'll most likely be watching this, and so will your kids. And let's throw into that anybody from your church and anybody else that your wife knows. How embarrassing. You're virtually saying that your relationship with her meant very little because suddenly a text messaging relationship with a child who photoshops from Peru means more to you. It's mortifying for her, and it's quite a cruel move from you. I don't think that Ben's actually trying to be cruel. I think he's just so egotistical that he's completely clueless as to how that might make somebody feel. He has a very bad case of centration. He can only ever see any situation from his own point of view. But alas, the tween from Minnesota, she's back. Because Ben tells us he has this fantasy. He's going to get out of the airport, he's going to turn around the corner, and he's going to see her face for the very first time. He's going to put down his bag, and he's going to just run towards her. Oh really? Well, just for the record, if you put your bag down in an airport and start running in this day and age, you're very liable to be arrested. Just saying. So he also tells us he's booked 2 hotel rooms, one for him and one for his bags, just like Kim K. For we all know Mahogany's not likely to turn up. He's such a clown. He tells us he won't sleep with her because the best sex is worth waiting for. Ben, you may be waiting for quite some time. In fact, a lifetime. And then Ben lets us know that all his friends and family don't think Mahogany's real. But he's pushing those thoughts to the back of his mind. And I'm not quite sure why, but maybe because he's a simpleton. But it is something that I want to discuss. In my last video, I said that I thought Mahogany was a catfish. And I think people took that extremely literally. Of course, somebody who looks like Mahogany probably exists. But I think one of 2 things. Either 1, somebody's using Mahogany's likeness for their own gain. Or 2, Mahogany is like Lana. She's using her own likeness, but who she is and what she is just moulded to whatever Ben wants. She doesn't really exist in a real sense. Lana convinced David that she wanted to get married and have kids with Neo, undergoing a midlife crisis. That wasn't the case, therefore it's a catfish. Maria told Caesar he was her boyfriend, but Maria told the rest of the world that she preferred blonde guys with blue eyes and lots of money. Therefore, even though real, it was a catfish. And by the same token, I don't believe that Mahogany loves his 4 kids and wants to be a stepmom. I believe she wants whatever cash Ben can give. But I guess time will tell. And Ben's son Elijah gives him a lift to the airport. Elijah's 20, just 4 years shy of the age of Mahogany. Ben lets us know when he told his kids that they were shocked and upset. But I do think Ben, not as shocked and upset as you're about to be. And Ben's son says, is this a good idea? And Ben said, I'm risking a lot, but I've gone all in. And you've got to understand, I've been compelled to go 4,000 miles. And I don't usually do things like this. So that must tell you how strongly I feel. And his son said, well, I've seen a couple of red flags so far. And Ben said, well, if it turns out badly, I'm ready to take that hit. And so at the airport, Ben notes that his flight's on time. And then he tells us he has such a freedom with Mahogany. And he can be himself completely with her. And she accepts me for me and loves me unconditionally. He then goes on to say that he hasn't heard from her today. And he says he hasn't had a lot of communication. What? Ding! There goes his text. He says excitedly, it's Mahogany. Oh dear, the text isn't very encouraging. To say the least, Ben, apparently her dad doesn't trust him and he doesn't want Ben to come to Peru. And Ben tells production, my heart is dropping through my gut. And I've got something to tell you. It's the second time she's done this. The first time was 3 hours before I was due to get on the flight. She told me that she didn't want me to come because she wanted me to meet her parents and her parents were away. What? So she wanted you to meet her parent, but now her parents are here. It's her dad saying he doesn't think Ben should come. He doesn't trust him. Oh, Ben, her lies aren't even linear. They don't make sense. Guys, if I was catfishing, my lies would be, well, you wouldn't know they were lies. You really wouldn't. Guys, Ben's as dense as a Black Friday turd. But Ben informs Mahogany he's coming anyway. He's getting on that plane. And the next time we see Ben, he's on the plane and is about to land. And he says at all times he's going to remain optimistic. Seemingly, he's also going to remain idiotic. And finally, Ben disembarks the plane in Lima, Peru. He said, oh my God, I'm here. And I'm headed for the love of my life. But unfortunately, the love of his life hasn't responded to his text. But nevertheless, he's heading diligently to the designated meeting point, which is at the taxi rank. Oh dear, taxi for Ben. And guys, he hangs around the taxi rank looking for her. Why are you looking for her? She's told you she's not coming. And then he says, I really don't know what's going on. I do. She's not coming. Why? She's a catfish. And after extremely persistent texting with no response, Ben starts crying. Oh, what an idiot I am. A few tears later, the Ebird starts feeling sorry for him. Why? Because I'm a fucking soft touch. For all my bravado and the harsh words machine gunned out at a rate of knots, I genuinely hate to see anybody cry. Not Big Ed, but other people. I hate to see most people cry. And then Ben said, I feel foolish and stupid. Ben, that's because you are foolish and stupid. Hey, she's back. That didn't last long. And so the next time we see Ben, he's still sitting at the airport waiting for Mahogany. He said, I feel numb and incredibly sad. Yeah, you're both those things. You're very numb and you are quite sad. Yeah, you're nothing if not accurate. And honestly, guys, production have him stood there for about an hour. This is mortifying. Finally, he decides to flag down a taxi and he tells us he hopes she's at the hotel. In the taxi, the driver tells him, why don't you phone her? And he tries for the 450th time, but still she fails to answer. He arrives at the hotel and goes with production to his room. Production asks him, is there a chance that Mahogany is not Mahogany? And Ben thought about this for a moment and then he said, there's about a 3% chance. What? 3%? Ben, where did you get your statistics from? 10 Downing Street perhaps. But then you can tell he's completely tiring of the producers, and he said, right, well, I just want to go to bed and I'll talk to her tomorrow and hopefully I'll see her then. And he says once more that he's going to choose to be optimistic. And I say once more, you're going to choose to be imbecilic. And that's pretty much the nicest way I can put it. And that's where we leave things for this week. And so what does the Ebird make to all of this? Well, there's no fool like an old fool. Ben seems as if he's kind of an analog guy in a digital world. He doesn't understand that she's face-tuned and that she perhaps doesn't look as she says she looks. But the main thing I want to talk about is the way that Ben sees this whole situation. So when he got to Peru and he was upset that she wasn't there, he said, I sacrificed a lot. Ben, no one asked you to. In fact, she actively said, I don't want you to come, yet still you came. And to me this makes absolutely no sense. He receives a text saying don't come, but he decides I'll still come. Well, I suppose at least he got to come once with Mahogany. Sorry, Mum. And as he's standing there looking all forlorn with production, looking on like, well, probably a load of vultures, he said, I don't know where to go from here. Home. Just go home. Even if Mahogany is real, she must be semi-heartless to leave somebody who she knows is coming to the country standing there without so much as a text or a call. At least if she called him and said, I'm definitely not coming, I definitely won't see you, he'd know where he stands. She hasn't bothered. He says he has this amazing connection with her, but what kind of connection is it that you think you have with a person that would treat you in such a way? Guys, I just don't understand it. I really don't. The only thing I can really think is, thank God he's with producers and with the whole film crew, because I gotta tell you, they tracked down Maria, they tracked down Lana. If this Mahogany does exist, she better be on her toes, because I think they're gonna track a bitch down. And then there's Mahogany's bullshit. The first time she said to Ben, don't come, she said it's because my parents aren't here and I want you to meet them. What, so you didn't realise your parents were on holiday until 3 hours before the flight left? Okay, and this time she says, my dad doesn't trust you, he doesn't want me to meet you. Ben, you're 51. If you're dating somebody whose dad still has a major say in their life, they're more than likely too young. Just saying. But Ben looks super forlorn. And whilst I do feel sorry for him, I can't help but think, this whole thing, you know, Mahogany not turning up, Ben, it's all in God's plan for you. It's what Jesus would have wanted. I'm sorry to make light of it, but you said that God is guiding you. This is where he's guided you to. Maybe he's trying to tell you, don't be so superficial and don't be so ridiculous. Maybe that's God's message. The people I feel really genuinely sorry for in this whole scenario are his ex-wife and kids, just because he's making them look so muggy. But guys, let me know what you think. Do you feel sorry for Ben? Did you have a weak moment just like the Ebird? And who do you think Mahogany is? I'm going to ask one question now, and I want anybody that can answer in the positive to let me know in comments down below. But has Mahogany ever been seen in the same room as Summit? Something to think about. Something to consider. So guys, let me know your thoughts. Do you feel sorry for Ben? Or do you think there's no fool like an old fool? And do you think he's ever going to see Mahogany? Do you think TLC will track her down? Or do you think he'll go home with his tail between his legs? Let me know in comments down below, and I'm going to get on with my next video. Guys, let me know in comments down below. Do you want to see Kim and Sojaboy? Or Memphis and Hazma? Please let me know, and also please don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you've yet to do so. Make Ebird a happy Ebird, and also smash that like button to help with my analytics. Thank you so much for listening. You've been listening to Ebird Online, and I bid you good day.